Hey everybody. All right, welcome to part 2 of cold traffic conversion tactics. So today we're going to cover what it takes to create a great offer. Now obviously we don't have an incredible amount of time in these conversion corner videos, but I'm going to try and do my best to give you a good summary of what's going to be super important for creating your best cold traffic offer. So first off, I got my little notes here. What is an offer? I think there's a lot of confusions that centers around what is an offer versus a product versus a package. I want to take a moment here to quickly explain the difference between these things. Now, your offer is the front end enticement that your customer is going to see to come to your website to purchase one of or many of your products. Okay, so your website or your company sells many different things. These are called products or services, right? So if you are going to try and get customers or potential customers, prospects, to come to your site, most of the time you don't just offer product up front. That does happen, but that is a direct offer of the product to the customer at a certain price point. That becomes the offer. Okay. Now, in many other circumstances, you'll see get a free video series, get a free this, get a free that, or whatever. That would be the offer, when the product that is being sold is something completely different. Now, you may have for your product, you may have a $1,000 coaching program. If you have a $1,000 coaching program, that might be a product. That's not your offer. Your offer might be, learn how I can help you master this specific area of your business. And then at the end of your training sequence, you lead them into your product that you want to sell. But your offer is your training series to justify and prove your proof as an expert in the field, or as someone who can help the customer, or someone who truly cares about their success, right? So there's a difference between your product and your offer. So you may have these high-level products, and you may not have lower-level products, in which case you want to create the sales funnel that helps get from the initial offer to your final big back-end product. So what you need to do when you're creating your offer for cold traffic is recognize which product you want to sell and determine how you want to package that product and present your offer. And then what you have to realize too is that the way that you're doing it now, packaging your product and then your products and making an offer, may be good for warm traffic, but in cold traffic you may have to lower that front end commitment or obligation to the customer in order to get them to convert. A direct sale to a $1,000 product may not make sense, or a direct sale to a $10,000 product may not make any sense at all. Hell, you may not want your cold traffic customers to even know you have a $10,000 product or a $20,000 product. If you have these things, you may not want them to know up front. You may not want that knowledge base to come in until after they're educated. And this is some very important reasons why you would not want to do that. Why you want to make sure that your customers educate first before becoming aware that you actually have hyper education available. So that's probably another video, which will go really long. So let's move in and fast. So a couple things to keep in mind when you're creating your offer based on your products and packages is, a lot of people say, well, I have a good offer, it's my VSL. Well, a VSL is not an offer. It is a sales method. There are many different sales methods. So, webinar, VSL, sales page. Those are not offers. Those are the way in which you're going to try and convince someone to take your offer of whatever package you put together to end up purchasing your product or service. Okay, so your VSL is not your offer. So don't think that it is. And if you can, please, for your own sake, when someone asks what your offer is, don't say that it's a VSL. That is just a sales method. Your offer is a free this, or your offer is training in that. Your offer has to have an underlying value to the consumer and not be just a 30-minute sales pitch. So let's just eliminate that, okay? Number 3 is your offer cannot be your company. So when you go out to buy cold traffic, the first person to judge you is not going to be the customer. Believe it or not, the first person to judge you is going to be the publisher, the person who you're attempting to purchase traffic from. They're going to look at your offer. Now they're going to say, is this the only offer that this particular company has? And if the offer is the company, they're not going to want to do business with you, not in the short term nor in the long term, because they're going to see you as an unsustainable business model, because they know that an offer is not a business model, it's simply an offer. And if a company does not have an underlying business model, then they're traditionally more susceptible to negative influence, and they will do things that can hurt customers and hurt the overall consumer experience for anyone on their website. So when you go to build your offer, make sure you're also keeping in consideration, what is your company selling? Do you have products? Even if you only have one product, you can take that one product and you can sell it three ways. Let's say you have a video product, right? You can take the video product, sell a video product. Then you can sell the PDF print book of the product. Then you can create three products from a single product if done correctly. Have someone read your book. If you wrote a book and it's on Amazon, have someone read it. Now you have an MP3 product. You see what I'm getting at, right? The more products you have available from your company, the better off you're going to be to the publishers, because when they judge you, which they do, they're going to want to know how many products, how many offers, and what are you doing, right? So if you have three products, you can create packages, which now you'd have not just one, you'd have the offer of the direct product for the customer to purchase, and then you have two of them together. Get the MP3 and the thing. Now that's another offer. So you have all these different packages available that you can offer to customers, and you can offer them at different prices. Each price is now a different offer. So an offer of this package at 25% off, that's one offer, okay? So it's important to set this fundamental foundation for how you're going to view your offers that you're presenting to your cold traffic, because a package may be fantastic, but the way you offer the package may not be fantastic, and that's where I see the biggest mistake with cold traffic. If someone comes out and says, well, I did it and I put all my packages together and I sold it for this much money and it didn't work. Well, you could have either sold it for, the offer may have been for too little money or too much money. Believe it or not, customers won't buy if it costs too cheap. If the cost is too low, they actually may not purchase. Tripwires are becoming very popular. Those are fine, because what you'll find is that tripwires are not in the $2 range usually. They're in the higher range because the customer perception of value is too low at the low price point. So that carries all the way through to your higher price items as well. So again, keep in consideration, what is your offer? Is your company, do you only have one offer? And if you do, please immediately think about what other offers can you create with the packages that you have and the products that you provide, or products and services that you provide, okay? Next is, okay, like I said, even if you don't, okay, I have on my notes here, vision. Even if you don't have a lot of products, even if you only have one product and you can only sell it one or two ways, you can make 3 or 4 offers like I discussed. Talk about your future products on your website. Even if you don't have a for sale yet, you can have a description of the products that are coming, and you can say coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. You'll give the publisher the ability to understand that you actually have a plan for your business. You have a future. You're not ashamed to put your face on your business, on your cold traffic business, and say, look, this is me, this is my product, this is what I do, and I'm not ashamed of it. That's what cold traffic folks are looking for most of the time. They want to know that you have a plan and that you care. The cold traffic publishers, for the most part, want to be sure that they're working with people who are good. Now, you can sneak under the radar in a number of situations and be that, that guy with no plan or gal with no plan who is just, out there and not doing things the right way. But if you want to scale, which I'm assuming most of you guys do, you gotta look good, okay? Next is, are you rotating your landing pages? Once you create an offer, I know this is sounding complex, but it's really not when you start going through each of the different levels and you get on your spreadsheet, you write all your potential offers, and you start doing this in Excel or whatever program you choose. It becomes really clear as you distill down packaged product offers what you need to do to rotate through your landing pages that promote those offers. So as an example, you may have a 25% off sale, but you may decide that you want to do a long copy sales page, or you may want to do a short copy sales page. Remember to rotate through. We like to see a minimum of 5 landing pages per offer, right? So if you have a specific offer you want to introduce, rotate through 5 different landing pages to attempt to sell that. And you may find that you want to, like a perfect example, we had a client who had an offer. It was for a free video series. This was the offer was, again, get our 5 free videos. Well, we found that one landing page that presented that offer, because we skewed it to a specific audience, that landing page out-converted by like 500% the other 4 landing pages. We wouldn't have known that had we only started with one offer landing page. But the tonality of that page, specific to one target audience, just crushed all the others. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So you can't make assumptions in cold traffic that my one landing page for this specific offer is going to work. Create many of them once you've defined what you want your first and initial offer to be, okay? When do you introduce your tripwire? This is a really good question that doesn't really have an answer. And I don't want you to take my word for it or anyone else's word for it. You can bring your tripwire in anytime. We have seen and we have experimented and used mostly bringing it in on first point of contact, and we call it the We Sell Stuff page. So we let them know we sell stuff so we don't tarnish the relationship in the future. What I mean by that is we invite people to opt in, take a survey, whatever it might be, and then right away we let them know that we have things for sale. And I don't know, I know that the term tripwire is now used a lot. We don't have fancy names for our stuff, but that's a good name for it. You can put your tripwire in there or anywhere. The thing that you have to consider is, try not to, if you can help it, put your tripwire in cold traffic too far to the front. Like you can have what's called a direct response or direct sale, direct marketing offer, where they just land on the page and it's a tripwire. That can be also effective. But what can be more effective, what we've found to be more effective, is introducing them and courting them through the process so they can get to know you as an individual or as a company before you introduce a tripwire. And then your tripwire success rate goes through the roof. So that, for us, we've found that, after a little bit of trust is built, then that's the best point to place your tripwire offer for your cold traffic. And then make sure that you test your offers against one another, because you may find that one of your offers, like you may have a 50% offer or you may have a 25% offer. One of your offers will result in a higher click-through ratio than another. And another one of your offers might end up with a much lower click-through ratio but a higher ECPM or higher value for every impression of your advertising message. So make sure you measure both to determine your overall value. So what I mean by that is, if you find one of your offers, like say you have a 50% offer, and that 50% offer gets a 22% click-through rate. I'm just exaggerating, of course, but and then your 10% offer only gets a 10% click-through rate. Well, those other 12% of people who ended up clicking on your advertisement, if you're capturing emails, you may find that through the long term, because you've established a value per email address, you may find that even though on the front end the value per customer is less because your other message with a lower sale amount doesn't have as much value on day zero. Over time, you end up with more customers because you've got them and you're courting them in your email autoresponder. So the point is, watch your ECPM, your effective earnings per 1,000 impressions. Sorry, I should have said that. Watch your effective earnings per 1,000 impressions and be absolutely certain that you're measuring that against the click-through ratio and your value per email address. And make sure that your value per email address, when you're doing this, you're not just looking at your own program's value and your offer, you're also looking at any affiliate offers that you're promoting in your email string to figure out what those values are. So you can say, okay, well, my average value per email address that collected, I collected 100 email addresses, I made $100 over 30 days. Well, now your value per email address is $100, right? But I also promoted 4 affiliate programs, and that made me another $200. So now your overall value, you earn $300 now. Your overall value per email address is now $3. But if you forget to include that in your media buying landscape, then you're sitting there going, oh man, this isn't making any money. Well, that's because you forgot to add back in your affiliate program revenue, when in actuality, you only made $100. Let's say you were looking at just your cold media traffic buy. You had the $100 and the dollar per email address collected. You're breaking even and you're like, man, this just isn't working. Well, you went from break even to a 200% profit when you added in the affiliate revenue of $200. You guys following this? I sure hope you are. So it's really important that when you're testing your offer, you're also considering the added benefit and value of each piece of the offer. So if you have a video series and it's getting a high opt-in rate, or you have a free download, it's getting a high opt-in rate, and you're good at courting those customers, it may be that even though the day zero or the first point of contact value per customer is lower, over time it ends up being higher. The best media buyers and the best cold traffic people run a 30 to 4 months. 30, 60, 90, 120. So they run a 120-day program. Traditionally, 120 days is your benchmark window. You're going to get the most value for what we've seen. You're going to get the most value from your customers in the first 120 days, no matter what, customers or prospects. After that, there's a huge drop, the diminishing returns, just like bang, big time. So anyhow, you get the point, right, guys? Look at your 120-day plan if you can, and then you can decide, okay, what can I afford? Well, I have a credit card that I can put all my stuff on, and I can roll that for 30 days. All right, so you got a 30-day window. Don't just look at your day zero. You will never, I can say you'll never. It'll be very, very, very difficult for you to succeed and compete if all you're looking at is your day zero or the first point of contact revenue from your customers. It is stupid, sorry, but it is, to have that kind of business mentality. It is not a success. It is not a successful way to look at your company's return on investment for cold traffic. Okay, let's get back to the offer. Sorry, but that was a kind of a really important deviation. Offer diversification. Now, this is also very important for cold traffic. When you create your offer, how many do you have? Do you have the free video series? Do you have the quiz? Do you have a survey? And I'll cover these in just a second. Do you have a direct sale offer? Do you have a special promotion? Because all of these offers that you're going to create when you first sit down, which please do as soon as you stop this video, sit down, write out your products, make up your packages, and then make up your offers for those products and packages and say, okay, I want to offer it this way, this way, this way, and this way. Then you can start taking those, look at it like Minority Report. You start taking those cells and moving them around to wherever you want them to be based on where the customer is in your sales funnel. So it may be that with your retargeting campaign, you want to introduce them to a 5% off offer, because later on you want to hit them with a 50% off offer. But in your retargeting, if you do a 5% off retargeting offer, when they get the 50%, they're going to be like, holy crap, I was seeing all these 5% off banners. Now I got a 50% off. How much more powerful is your 50% off message now when they've been seeing 5% off banners? It's a decoy offer. See what I'm getting at, guys? So you can't do any of this stuff until you have an idea of what offers you want to create and what you want to do with your sales funnel. Okay, I mean, the sales funnel is everything, and that's obviously, you guys are familiar with ClickFunnels and all these other funnel creation softwares. Do highly recommend ClickFunnels. Okay, so let's talk about our favorite types of offers now. You need a package, you need a product, you need an offer. What are the types of offers that work best for cold traffic? Here's a great and simple answer. It depends on what you're selling. If you're selling a high-ticket item, we personally have found that video training series work the best, hands down. You want to court the customer and build a nice bond with them. You need to be able to capture their attention, their trust, and their respect right away. The best way to do this is by doing a video, just like I'm doing with you guys here today. You're seeing me on camera, you see my inflections, you see my tone, you're like, man, that guy's full of shit, or wow, he's really amazing. Whatever it is, love me, hate me, you get to know me through this video, right? This is how we train and teach our clients. Look, just be yourself, be genuine. If you screw up, just keep on going. Don't be perfect. This is the kind of bond that's going to allow for your customers to really love you. And people will buy from you when they love you. Hell, they'll die for you when they love you. They'll do anything for you. So we really love the free video training series a lot. Now, if I have a low price point offer and I want to shove a whole bunch of people through a process, then quizzes and surveys, fantastic, they rock. Great for what we call general interest offers. Quizzes and surveys will get you ridiculous click-through rates, super low cost per lead, but you'll have a lot of noise. So I usually call them noise machines. You'll have an incredible amount of noise going through your program in your sales funnel, because there'll be a lot of unqualified people who may not meet the muster. However, if you follow some of Glenn Livingston's stuff, you can ask some of your hyperactive qualifying questions in the survey. You can associate them to your big buyers, and then you'll know who your customer service center should be talking to in order to sell your higher ticket price item packages. So the quizzes and surveys are very valuable as a front-end offer for really low price point offers. They're not as impactful as video sales or video training series, but you learn an incredible amount really fast, and you get really low cost leads. Next, Downloads, people love downloading stuff. You can do all kinds of things with downloads. I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. Download PDFs, download reports, download printable things, download MP3s. People love to download crap. So just remember, downloading to mobile, not easy. So if you're going to do a download campaign, don't target mobile, because people don't traditionally understand downloading to mobile. So don't, you get it, right? Unless you're doing Android, in which case you probably could do that pretty easily. I don't know. I haven't researched Android very much. Why? Android's value per click way lower than Apple's. Apple's is very, very high. When we look at all of our reports, unless we're doing lead generation, Android rocks for lead generation. But for direct sales via phone, Apple kicks the crap out of Android. So hopefully that helps you. I'm not going to get too much into downloads. That's pretty simple. Customer sees a link or a banner ad, download, get the free download. They come to the page to download the stuff. On the next page, you hit them the tripwire. Pretty much over, right? Pretty simple, straightforward. Again, I do recommend, if you're doing downloads or anything, do use video, please. You may not get as high of an opt-in rate with video, but remember, opt-in rate's great, but what do we care about overall? The overall value per opt-in and the value per click, or ideally the value per impression from your ad dollar. So if you get more customers from a 120-day cycle by having the video in there, have the video in there. I don't care if you get 10% less opt-ins. I don't care if you get 20%, 50% less opt-ins. What matters is how much money did you make, not what can you boast to your friends at the next meeting that you got a 50% opt-in rate or an 80% opt-in. The opt-in rates are a element of the overall success formula, okay? And then, of course, direct sale, like we talked about, having an offer that is just download, get the product now, 25% off. Once they're introduced to the product and they know about the product, that is the opportune time to be able to re-engage them at a discount for the product while they're still in hyperactive mode. Please use this. Please use direct sale offers so that you can get those people back. I beg you, set it up. Even if you do, like I was saying before, set up a couple decoys and then, at a specific time interval, send out your fire sale email, and it will help you out a lot. Okay? Do remember to scrub your retargeting campaign from your any buyers. Take them off your targeting campaign. You make sure if you're using retargeting that you're doing you're intelligently removing all buyers so you don't retarget buyers. That is not a good idea because you won't know which promotion they took. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Sorry, my little thing came up here. All right, last but most definitely not least, and there's others too, but these are the most popular, and that is webinars. A lot of people do webinars, inviting people to a webinar. I don't think if I was going to promote, I've never promoted a webinar directly from a banner ad. Actually, that's not true. I have. And the success is okay. My preference would be to get them into a video series, get a micro-commitment obligation from them, and then move them immediately after the micro-commitment into either the tripwire or the webinar. Let them decide, rotate through, and figure out which works best for you. If you are doing your webinar, just remember, don't be stupid, rotate your webinars. For God's sakes, do not put one webinar up and say, oh, this one converted great with warm traffic when I did a webinar with so-and-so. Great, that's a great starting point for you. What would somebody brand new to you say? What would they want to hear? What would they think if they have not been in your industry before? And make sure that your webinar or videos or anything else, I don't want to say dumb it down because you're not there to insult them, but remember that they're starting. Most likely, and depending on what you're buying, most likely you're buying customers who are just beginning their journey in your process. Do not talk to them as though they're at the bottom of the rabbit hole already, right? Remember their conscious conversation. Don't be the guy at the bottom of the rabbit hole and the weirdo that, we always use the crystal armpits thing. If you're selling, metaphysical stuff or you're selling, spirituality training, don't be the guy with rubbing crystals in the armpits screaming about the fluoride in the water, because then everyone's going to turn and run, Be the guy that says, look, I just want to help you live a more balanced life. I just want to help you get through that next stage. I don't know where you're at, but I'm going to find out with the surveys, right? So that you get the point, right? Be genuine, be you. You've got those are, video training, quizzes, surveys, downloads, direct sale, and webinar. Those are my top picks for cold traffic. That's a lot, huh? 25 minutes. I did not mean for this to be 25 minutes, you guys. I'm sorry. I better run. I got to go. Thank you so much. Leave your comments below, questions below. I will answer everything that I can. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks.